Calm people make others uneasy. Not because they are aggressive, because they are unreadable. Most people communicate through reaction, facial shifts, tone changes, immediate responses. Emotion is their language. When someone removes visible emotion, the language disappears. You are used to reading tension, you are used to reading excitement, you are used to reading insecurity. But calm gives you nothing obvious. And when you receive no signal, your mind starts searching. Are they judging me? Are they upset? Are they unimpressed? Are they hiding something? Your imagination fills the silence. Calm disrupts prediction. Humans are wired to predict behavior. Prediction creates safety. When you cannot predict someone, you experience uncertainty. Uncertainty creates tension. A reactive person is easy to read. Push them, they flare. Challenge them, they defend. Praise them, they light up. Their pattern is visible. A calm person does not flare, does not rush to defend, does not spike with praise. Their responses are measured. That measured space feels like distance. But distance is not coldness, it is control. When someone does not mirror your emotional intensity, you lose leverage. You cannot escalate them. You cannot destabilize them easily. You cannot hook them with provocation. That is unsettling. People often mistake emotional neutrality for secrecy, but neutrality is often discipline. It means the internal state is not easily pulled by external noise. Notice how quickly rooms shift around the calm person. Voices lower, energy stabilizes, or tension rises because others project meaning onto the silence. Projection fills gaps. If you cannot read someone, you assume. Assumption replaces clarity. This is why calm feels powerful. It withholds emotional data, and emotional data is what most people rely on. Think about confrontation. One person raises their voice, the other remains steady. Who appears stronger? Not the louder one, the controlled one. Calm compresses energy. It does not leak it. And energy that does not leak is hard to measure. Most people expose themselves through micro-reactions, a flicker of irritation, a subtle insecurity, a defensive tone. These are tells. Calm removes the tells. When the surface does not ripple, depth is assumed, and depth commands respect. But understand something important. Calm is not silence. Calm is regulated response. It is not absence, it is precision. Precision means words are chosen carefully. Reactions are delayed intentionally. Emotion is processed before expression. That delay creates opacity. Opacity creates intrigue. Intrigue creates psychological weight. And psychological weight shifts dynamics. The reason calm people are hard to read is because they are not reacting in real time. They are observing in real time and responding on their own terms. When you do not give immediate access to your internal state, you cannot be easily steered. And what cannot be easily steered is difficult to manipulate. That is the beginning, not mystery, control. You read people through emotion. You always have. Raised eyebrow, shift in posture, change in tone. Your brain scans constantly. It looks for cues to determine safety, approval, threat, status. Emotional expression is social currency. It tells you where you stand. If someone smiles, you relax. If someone frowns, you adjust. If someone reacts strongly, you recalibrate. Emotion is feedback. Remove the feedback, the system destabilizes. When someone remains composed under pressure, your prediction model fails. You cannot categorize them easily. You cannot determine if you're winning. You cannot determine if you're affecting them. That uncertainty creates psychological friction. Most interactions are subtle power exchanges, not aggressive, but present. You say something, you wait for reaction. The reaction confirms your influence. If there is no visible reaction, you question your influence. And people do not like questioning their influence. Calm people deny emotional validation. They do not reward provocation. They do not punish disagreement with intensity. They do not inflate praise. Without visible feedback, others must rely on logic instead of emotion. And logic is slower, more deliberate, less stimulating. This is why calm can feel intimidating, not because it is aggressive, because it is self-contained. Self-containment removes dependency. Most people leak internal state through micro-expressions. Annoyance flashes, excitement spikes, ego surfaces. These leaks make them readable. Readability creates comfort. Comfort creates predictability. Predictability creates control. Calm interrupts that chain. When someone does not leak emotion, you cannot map them quickly. Your mind fills the silence with speculation. Are they unimpressed? Are they calculating? Are they judging? Projection begins, and projection reveals more about the observer than the calm person. The calm individual often says little, but watches closely. Observation gathers information. Reaction gives it away. This is the hidden advantage. When you are calm, you receive more than you reveal. You watch patterns, inconsistencies, subtle insecurity. You collect data while others expose themselves. It is not mystical, it is structural. When you do not chase emotional exchange, you conserve clarity. Clarity makes you slower to anger, slower to defend, slower to commit to emotion. That slowness reads as depth, and depth unsettles those who operate on impulse, because impulse is fast, depth is patient. People who depend on emotional cues struggle around those who do not provide them. It feels like speaking into still water. No ripples, no distortion, just reflection. But reflection forces self-awareness, and self-awareness is uncomfortable. That is why calm people are hard to read. They are not signaling their internal state for approval. They are not broadcasting insecurity. They are not reacting to be understood. They are stable, and stability does not beg to be interpreted. It simply exists.
If this message resonates with you,
Like and subscribe for more content like this. This channel is built for people who want control over their focus, not constant noise. Not all calm is strength. Some of it is concealment. There is composure, and there is suppression. They look identical from the outside. Inside, they are not the same. Composure processes emotion. Suppression buries it. Composure regulates reaction. Suppression postpones it. The calm person who has mastered themselves feels stable. The calm person who avoids themselves feels distant. There is a difference. Suppressed emotion does not disappear. It hardens. It leaks in tone, in subtle withdrawal, in cold detachment. Some people are hard to read because they are disciplined. Others are hard to read because they are guarded. Guarded is not powerful. Guarded is defensive. When someone remains calm, but never clarifies, never engages, never expresses necessary truth, that is not depth. That is avoidance. True calm can speak when needed. It does not hide behind silence. It does not disappear during tension. It remains present. There is another distortion: calm used as manipulation. Emotional neutrality used to intimidate, to create imbalance, to make others feel unstable. This is not composure. This is strategy without integrity. If your calm is designed to make others uncertain, you are not regulated. You are calculating. The difference lies in intention. Are you steady, or are you trying to control perception? Real composure is not concerned with being unreadable. It is concerned with being unshaken. Unreadability may be a byproduct, but it is not the goal. If someone cannot read you because you are centered, that is strength. If someone cannot read you because you refuse to engage, that is detachment. And detachment over time isolates. Many confuse emotional minimalism with maturity. Speaking less does not equal depth. Showing less emotion does not equal control. Control is measured by stability under pressure, not by emotional absence. You can be calm and clear, calm and direct, calm and expressive. Stillness does not eliminate communication. It refines it. If your calm prevents necessary conversation, it is a shield. If your calm allows clear conversation without escalation, it is mastery. Suppression builds internal pressure. Regulation releases it intelligently. One fractures quietly, the other strengthens quietly. Ask yourself, are you hard to read because you are disciplined or because you are closed? Discipline stabilizes emotion. Closure hides it, and hidden emotion always resurfaces, eventually. The hardest people to read are not empty. They are composed. But composition requires awareness. Without awareness, calm becomes distance, and distance erodes trust. True steadiness does not isolate. It anchors. It does not confuse. It clarifies without noise. Calm without clarity is opacity. Calm with clarity is authority, and authority does not need to hide. The goal is not to be unreadable. The goal is to be unshaken. Unreadability is a byproduct. Stability is the foundation. When you are emotionally reactive, others can steer you with praise, with insult, with pressure. Reaction gives away leverage. Calm keeps it. But true calm is not silence for effect. It is emotional regulation in real time. It is the ability to feel without displaying chaos. You do not suppress anger, you observe it. You do not deny anxiety, you stabilize it. You do not eliminate emotion, you govern it. Governance is different from absence. A calm person still feels, they simply do not broadcast. This is why they are hard to read. Not because they are empty, because they are selective. Selective expression creates control. Unfiltered expression creates exposure. You do not owe immediate access to your internal state. You owe clarity when clarity is required. There is a difference. The disciplined mind asks, does this reaction serve me? If the answer is no, it stays quiet. If the answer is yes, it speaks, without escalation. That balance creates authority, not loud authority, steady authority. When you master this, something shifts. You stop being pulled into emotional storms. You stop escalating small provocations. You stop explaining yourself unnecessarily. You become stable. And stability is rare. Rare things are respected. The calm person is not mysterious because they are hiding. They are steady because they are centered. Centering takes discipline. It requires awareness of your impulses, control of your tone, patience in your responses. It requires comfort in silence, comfort in pause, comfort in not reacting. When you are comfortable in those spaces, others feel it. They sense composure. They sense grounded presence. And grounded presence cannot be easily disturbed. That is the difference. Calm as defense creates distance. Calm as discipline creates gravity. Gravity does not chase attention. It attracts it. If you want to be harder to read, stop reacting impulsively. If you want to be respected, stop leaking emotion under pressure. Control your response. Control your timing. Control your tone. And you control your presence. If this sharpened your awareness, like the video. If you value control over chaos, subscribe. No noise, just steadiness. And the strength that comes from governing yourself.